everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm grateful that you're here. If you're new to my channel and you like this type of content, which is skincare, makeup, lifestyle, all sorts of fun stuff, I encourage you to subscribe. It helps me grow my channel and I would greatly appreciate it. This video is a decluttering video. I noticed I had some makeup lying around, that I had some makeup kind of just kicking around. And I don't like clutter. I love to be organized and I love to watch other people get organized. So I just thought, well, why don't I kind of put everything in a box that I'm going to either donate. If it hasn't been used, I'll be donating it. If it has been gently used, I will give it to a couple of close girlfriends of mine, or my brother who likes to wear makeup. So I will make sure that it all goes to a good home. So none of this is going into the trash. So let's go ahead and just get started. Okay, let's get started, and I have everything sitting right here off camera. Let's just go ahead and get started with, and none of this is in any particular order. Let's go ahead and first talk about these two primers that I will be giving away. One is Baby Skin. There's nothing wrong with either one of these. This other one is the DHC Velvet Skin Coat. They're both very good primers, but they're very heavily silicone primers, and I don't really have anything against silicones. My skin tolerates them just fine. I know some people try to avoid them, and that's totally fine, but I'm going to get rid of these because I just don't feel like they play very well with my foundation. I believe the foundation that I use, the Estee Lauder Water Nude Double Wear Water Fresh Nude, is a water-based foundation, and so it doesn't really play well with these, so I'll be ditching these. In the same vein, foundation, I tried to like this Flower Beauty foundation. I just felt like it just broke apart all over my face, like just kind of separated all near my nose and near my cheeks, and so I'll be giving this one away. These two NARS foundations, main reason, one of the reasons I'm giving them away is because the packaging is absolutely terrible. First of all, I like a pump. I prefer a pump, and I know they sell pumps for this individually, but it's just, as you can see, I tried to tighten it to make sure I could travel with it. I didn't want it to leak, and then the lid broke, and so I had to put this like saran wrap underneath. It was just kind of a mess, and I still love the foundation. This is the Sheer Glow foundation. I still love it, but I prefer my current foundation more, so I'm going to be getting rid of both of those. The Flower Beauty Seal the Deal Hydrating Setting Spray, I, as you can tell through some of this stuff, I really wanted to like the Flower Beauty line. I kept a few things like the blushes and things like that that I did like, but this is one that I'll be getting rid of. It was the Dewy Finish, which I'm all about a I'm all about a dewy finish, especially for dry, aging skin. However, this was so heavily fragranced that I couldn't even take it. I know that most makeup has fragrance in it, and my face is able to tolerate it only because I don't wear makeup every day. But this was just so heavily fragranced that I couldn't get past it. Okay, so next I tried this a few times. It's the e.l.f. Beauty Shield Skin Shielding Primer. I love that it has an SPF 50 in it, but I think that it has silicone in it. It just kind of pilled up under my makeup, and yeah, it just didn't work for my face, so I'm going to be getting rid of that. But I do love that it also had a 50 SPF in it, which is pretty high and pretty good. So the next thing that I'm going to be getting rid of is, and I really wanted to like this. I really did. I just love that everything is all, I don't know if you can see, I should tell you what it is. It's the Urban Decay Skin Shape Shifter. It's a fine product. It's super convenient. It's got the creams on one side. I don't know if you can see. Creams on one side, powders on the other. I just found the powders to be dry and kind of chalky. I love the colors. Like, these colors are perfect for me. They're ideal, and I love how streamlined the packaging is. Absolutely gorgeous. It's nice and hefty. but in the end, it just didn't work out for me. The creams, I just felt like they were even a tad dry. So unfortunately, I will be getting rid of this, but someone I think will really enjoy this. It just didn't work for my skin, and kind of failed to perform for me, in my opinion. So the next thing that I'll be getting rid of, and some of these, they just underperformed, but some, they just didn't work for me personally. And this particular eyeshadow palette is one of those. You can see it's hardly used. It's the Lorac, I don't know how everyone else says it, the Lorac Pro. I don't remember what number it was. I think it might even been the very first one. But but I just quickly learned that these particular colors didn't work out for me, and I just kept reaching for other products. I just prefer other palettes over these. So yeah, so this one will find a good home with someone else, someone who prefers cool tones. Okay, sticking with eyeshadow palettes, let's move on to this one. I did love this one, I did. But the more skilled that I got with, not that I'm super skilled, I'm no beauty guru, but the more skilled that I got with eyeshadow, the more I found this to be boring. And I also, does anyone else, I can't stand when I can't open something. It's a great little palette. I just think it would be better suited for a beginner, maybe more a novice, maybe a young person, maybe a teenager. I just think the colors are perfect, and it makes it very easy. Like, everything's in a row. It's as many transition colors as you really need for an eye look, and it just is perfect. But now I just kind of expect a little bit more. Like, this is just a really basic palette, so there's nothing wrong with it. It performs great. It's the Becca Ombre Nudes eye palette, and I think this would make a perfect eyeshadow palette for a young person. Having said that, in the same vein, there's nothing wrong with this palette, but I just found it to be a little basic. It's the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Contour Palette. And as you can see, I hardly used it, but I just don't really reach for it. I mean, it's pretty much got every eye look that you could possibly need, but it has no shimmers, no satins. It's all matte, and like I said, there's nothing wrong with it. I just find that it's just a tiny bit boring for my taste. So I will be giving that away. Another eyeshadow palette that just didn't do it for me, and probably because I got to pick the colors, and you can see these colors, they're just not cohesive. I don't know what I was thinking. They're single pans, and then you can put them in this little Anastasia quad, and they're nice colors. They just kind of don't go. I don't reach for it. The quality of the eyeshadows, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the quality of the eyeshadows. I just don't reach for it. I don't really care for the colors, so I will be passing that along. Okay, the last eyeshadow palette that I'll be ditching, that's such a harsh word, that I will find another loving home for, is this, and this another one that I can't open. I just can't stand that. Okay, I got it. It's the Viseart, some people say Viseart, I say Viseart. It's the Tryst palette. I just felt like it had too many shimmers. Unlike the other two palettes that I showed you, this one just had too many shimmers in it. Excuse me. And I just didn't find it usable. Like, a 9 shadow palette is something I want to travel with. But every time I grabbed this, I was like, well, I got to grab these other things to make up for it. And I just didn't want to do that. So I will be giving this away to someone else. Okay, moving on to a couple bronzers. I like all kinds, let me just preface this by saying, I do like all types of makeup. I like drugstore, I like high-end, I like middle ground. There are some brands, some certain products that I don't care for, certain brands that I just don't care for as a whole. I do lean towards luxury makeup. If backed into a corner, I would say I prefer luxury makeup, okay? But I do try to like certain drugstore products. And this one by e.l.f. was no different. I tried to like this bronzer. I love bronzers. I absolutely love bronzers. I have far too many. It's my favorite product. I feel like it just brings so much life to my face. If I had to pick one product, one beauty product, it would be, other than SPF, it would be bronzer. I just feel like it brings so much life to my face. So that or mascara. But anyway, this bronzer just didn't do it for me. I know a young girl who I think will get some use out of this, but I just kind of found it a little boring, so it is going. The same thing for this Neutrogena. I tried to like this. It got good reviews, just not from me. I thought it was kind of cool looking. It's got like all these different little squares. I was like, well, I'll give the Neutrogena a try, but I just keep reaching for, I reach for my Estee Lauder and my Hourglass, my Tom Ford, and what's the other? Oh, the Marc Jacobs. Those are the bronzers that I constantly reach for. And these, let's see what these are. These little hulas, I got these as like perk points or something from Sephora. They're fantastic. It's such a great color too, but I just won't reach for it. They're just gonna sit there, so they might as well go to a new home. The last bronzer is this one by Tarte. It came with something. I don't know how I got a hold of this. I don't really have a lot of Tarte products. I like their self tanner and their setting spray. I don't think I own anything else by Tarte. It's just not a brand. I just don't reach for that brand. But I got this little Better Bod, some kind of bronzer and contour, and I like some cream bronzers, but this is like lotion, and it's just too creamy for me. And like I said, I'm not huge on Tarte. I think this is the last bronzer product. Yeah, it's this one by Ciate of London, which I do like this brand. I got it in this adorable like advent calendar after Christmas for like 35 bucks, something like that, some ridiculously low price for a ton of fun little products. And this was one of them. But like I said, the color works fantastic for me. It's just not something I reach for. I fell in love with others and I just reached for something else. So that's it for the bronzers. Kind of an odd an odd item, but it's this foundation brush by Smashbox. I don't like this type of application for foundation. I feel like it's very it leaves streaks on my face. Maybe that means I'm applying it wrong. I just find that, let's see, I'll show you. I prefer this foundation brush by Marc Jacobs, or any kind of densely packed, short bristled brush. I feel like works better for my foundation application versus this this like paddle type foundation brush. It just leaves streaks all over the place. So I'm sure somebody else will get some use out of that. Let's go to lip colors. I have quite a few here. This one by Flower Beauty, I don't know, maybe I'm just really short of patience, but the color is gorgeous. Like, look at that color. That is just, I don't know if you can see that. But I mean, it's beautiful. It absolutely is beautiful. But then it's got this other part, and I don't really do a lot of gloss, and I don't know. I just have so many lipsticks that it's just not something I reach for, and I don't know. It's too contraption-like for me. There's too much going on. I just kind of like a standard bullet lipstick. So that is going. Now, I love Tom Ford lipsticks. Don't get me wrong. I'm wearing a Tom Ford lipstick. This is the First Time. I think that's the name of this color. I love Tom Ford. I do. I mean, Tom Ford could pretty much put out anything, and I'll probably buy it and love it with all my heart. However, this I think I got these on eBay. I misread. This one was my fault. It's very sheer, and I don't know. I just feel like it's not the formula. It's not the Tom Ford formula that I know and love. It's in a white container, so it signifies that it's some kind of other formula that I'm just not a fan of. And then this one, I have a close friend who says, you can buy makeup on eBay, it's cheaper. Yes, I did find that it was cheaper, so I bought a few things. Some things were hit and miss, but this I bought, and I don't know what went on with this, but it's a gorgeous, bright, vibrant color. I put it on. Not only did it not stay on, I mean, it was on maybe 15 minutes, completely transferred onto everything. It was gone, which I can't stand. I like a lipstick that's gonna stay on. But it was, I mean, I had to put coat after coat after coat just to build up the not coverage, but just to build it up just so you could see it. So anyway, that eBay purchase was a bust, but I think my aunt will like it. She won't mind having to reapply. Here are a couple other quick ones. I got, let's see, this one. It's just not a color that I'm gonna reach for. It's a super sexy color, and I think it's by Smashbox. Yes, it is. I don't know, I don't have anything against Smashbox. It's just not a brand that I typically gravitate towards. This Makeup Forever is another one. It's a gorgeous color. I think I have like 3 of them. I must have got them with points. I'm gonna pass it along. It's a fantastic pinky nude. This one's good too. But I have others that are the color is similar. I don't know if you can see that. The color is just too similar. And I like other formulas better. So this one's by Trace. I don't even know that brand. I haven't even heard of it. A couple other lippies that I'm getting rid of. This one by Bobbi Brown. I just think it's a weird. You squeeze it and it comes up. I just don't like that delivery system, so it's got to go. It just seems bizarre. Like you squeeze it and then whatever's left at the top like goes back in. That just kind of seems kind of a little gross to me. This one by Stila. I honestly don't even know where this came from. I think I got it from Marshall's. It's nice. It's just a little too bubblegum pink for me. I don't know if you could even see that, but let's see. I don't even know what color it's in. Patino. I like Stila products, but that particular one's not for me. This one's same thing. I think I got this free. It's Anastasia. It's got a beautiful shimmer to it. It's just not my favorite formula, and it's a little too bubblegum pink for me, so I'm ditching that as well. This formula is amazing, and I'm keeping others. It's just this particular color I feel like is a little too, again, too bubblegum pink for me. I don't know what made me get it, but the formula is absolutely amazing on this. I'm telling you, if you haven't got these Anastasia liquid lips, they're absolutely fantastic. This one's in Catnip. I have a bunch of others that I love. This takes about 10 seconds to dry. Once it's on, it's kind of like a Jeffree Star velour lipstick or liquid lipstick. It just stays on forever. Like to get this off once it dries, I have to use some kind of oil and I'm scrubbing. So if that's something that you don't like, you'll want to stay away from it. But I love being able to put it on right before we go out at night and then really not having to check up on it much at all. The formula, fantastic. It's just that this color just wasn't right for me. We're almost done. So this one, I don't reach for a lot of Fenty products. I love Riri. We all love her. But I've tried some of her products. I feel like some brands are marketed and formulated for a different demographic. And I feel like Fenty is marketed to a younger demographic. I'll just leave it at that. Like your 16 to 24-year-old or so, something like that. People with oilier skin, they like glitterier products, like her highlighters I find super glittery. That's just not something that I'm looking for. It makes my skin look textured. But I will say, I did, and so I wanted something. I wanted something from the Fenty Beauty line, so I was like, well, I'll just try this lip color. It's very pretty. I just don't reach for it. And I'm like, I think I just bought this just because it was Fenty. So it's just not my favorite brand. I wanted to love it, but I didn't. I tried the Pro Filter foundation, and it was really matte, really dried my skin out. And I should have known that, going in that it was going to be matte. But a friend of mine was just like, oh no, it's amazing, it's amazing. She's much younger, by the way. And so I gave it a shot, couldn't stand it, and she said, well, add some oil to it. And although that might have worked, my feeling is if I have to work that hard to get a foundation to work for me, it's not meant for my skin type. There is another foundation out there that is better for me. Okay, so moving on. Okay, almost finished. Finished. We'll do the liquid highlighters. I love a liquid highlighter. I want to love liquid highlighters because I love cream and liquid products. But I have yet to find a liquid highlighter that I'm in love with. If you know of one, let me know. But I will be getting rid of, we'll start with this one by Jeffree Star. I wanted to love it. I did. I opened it from the bottom, so I didn't break the seal. I don't even know what their return policy is. I'll just pass it along to someone else. But it looks, in fact, here, let me show you. This is so far my favorite liquid highlighter. I do love this one. I put this one, actually, I don't use it as a liquid highlighter. I put it with my foundation. I use a pump of this and then a pump of my, or 2 pumps of my foundation. So as you can see, or I'll turn it around, I thought these two, hopefully the camera focuses, I thought these two were going to be very similar, and I was super excited to try this Liquid Frost in Canary Bling, I think, in Canary Bling by Jeffree Star. It is so chunky, glittery, and that's just not a good look for me. It's just not a look that I want. I thought it was going to end up like the Marc Jacobs, which is absolutely stunning, but at almost half the cost. And I thought, oh, this is kind of exciting, a new product, you know, from Jeffree Star. But no, it was just super chunky, super glittery. I couldn't get down with it. I'm going to pass it along to probably someone who's a little bit younger. And the last thing is this liquid highlighter from Becca. It came in like a little set. I think it's a liquid version of Champagne Pop. I used it once. I don't know, I just didn't like how it applied to my skin, and I just keep reaching for this. So the other one that I've been trying, I will show you, is this one by Charlotte Tilbury. I do like this. I know this isn't part of the, I'm not decluttering this, but I do love this. However, I do not like this application type. This just seems, I mean, kind of gross to me. Like, I'm dunking it in. Granted, my face is clean. I know you might be saying, well, like, how dirty is your face? I just find this kind of unhygienic. Like, give me a dropper, give me a pump, but this type of, you know, like tart shape tape type of action where it's got like the doe foot. I mean, I guess you do it for your lips. It shouldn't be that different, but this is like a liquid product that you rub all over your face and then you put it back in there. I don't know. I guess if you do it for your mascara, it shouldn't be nasty if you do it for your foundation, but I just feel like your face, I don't know. I do put makeup on a clean face, so my face isn't that dirty, I guess. I just feel like, couldn't you just put a pump on there? But anyway, other than that, I will say these two are my favorite for under makeup highlighters. I know that doesn't go along with our decluttering theme. I'll set them here. But anyway, so these are the makeup products that I will be getting rid of. Two things, well, a few things. The September playlist is up. I don't know if you, on Spotify, I make a playlist every month. I usually do some kind of theme, but I have a new playlist up on Spotify. It's a very 70s vibe. I was feeling very 70s in August, so I made a September playlist, and it's filled with music from the 70s. It's got a very kind of like desert gypsy vibe. But anyway, I will leave the link below. It's super cool. Come check that out. What else was I going to tell you? If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm trying to grow my channel. My next milestone, this is so lame, but I'm trying to have a personalized link, and they won't, YouTube won't let me have a personalized link until I have a certain number of subscribers. So I'm trying to get a personalized link. So that's little milestones. The other thing, what else was I going to tell you? Okay, so the makeup declutter. I have to declutter my skincare as well. If that's a video that you would like to see, comment below and let me know. Yeah, we want to see your makeup, your skincare declutter. We want to see what you're getting rid of, and we want to know why. And the last thing I was going to mention to you was, okay, so now that you saw the makeup that I'm getting rid of, comment below if you would like to see some of my favorite items, or anything else makeup related. You know, if you want to see favorite eyeshadow palettes, anything like that. So just let me know down below, and I hope you guys have an excellent week, and thank you so much for being here and for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Bye.